We can start rolling because there are a couple of questions I want to ask everybody anyway.
Let's do sports.
Sean is going to
we
hold
can talk
them
about
out.
Joe Mauer being stupid.
Joe Mauer might be traded today.
Who's going to take him?
Boston.
He can't do shit.
Why do they want
I
him?
play baseball better than he does.
Do you think he's hot, Alex?
No. I think he looks like a monkey.
He looks like the guy in the Hunger Games. Looks exactly like that guy in that
No,
Liam Hendrick.
he's cuter.
He's a cuter version of Joe Mauer.
Yeah.
He is kind of simian in his features.
He looks a little bit like
Have you ever
he
seen
hasn't
him?
fully evolved into a human yet. I had no idea that I had a high voice. I thought my voice was low.
Oh, are you kidding? When you were a child, dogs
No,
used to scream in the
Dogs
area.
would run away.
Honestly, I was like, God, I hope her voice deepens up.
No, because we watched that Christmas video, the one home video that we have, and you were like, you had to have been joking.
Bella's
that wasn't your
fascinated.
real voice. I'm
Bella's
like, I
falling
think it was.
asleep.
I know, she's
Honest to
passed
God,
out.
she's falling asleep.
Sleepy dog.
I've been to this podcast before. I can sleep.
I've
This is
heard
old
this
news.
story.
We're burning up valuable recording time. 'cause
Why don't we
Sean is
talk
so
about
slow.
something?
We're burning daylight.
I have to
And
read
then
the.
we can move on.
I have to read the commercial in.
Hello?
There you are.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, our very special guest, Rich Voss, my golfing partner of old.
Well, you know, like I said last time I was in town, I was too embarrassed to call you from the previous round, which was a complete nightmare I had. But now that I figured out what I was doing wrong and I'm back, you know, playing regular golf, next time I'm in town we have to play again.
Well, that would be a good thing. Last time I talked to you, you said, why is it you go out one day and shoot 89 and then the next day you go out and shoot 75? How does that happen?
It doesn't make sense. I'm not lying. 2 weeks ago I shot 79, and then 3 days later I'm like, who is this guy? Who, you know? It's insane. It's insane. Not the only thing that can get you more aggravated than golf would have to be my wife. But you know,
No.
but the thing is, I can't walk away from golf. I have to be playing golf.
That's very nice.
Okay.
You gonna walk away from the missus, are you?
No, but I always have that option. Here's the thing: one time we had a gigantic fight. Like all couples, we had a major fight. I said, "Move out, just leave, get out." I go, "Here's $25,000, go." And she said, "No, that's not enough." Then I realized, never make your final offer first. Okay, that's what I should have said. Get out. Here's $800, and then I would have let her. Then she could have got me up to $25,000, and we would have all been happy. No, that's just a little tip. Never the final offer first. You know, after we got our house burned down last August, and we got.
Really?
Sorry.
Oh yeah. Last August, I was working. This is true. I was in California. I was working in Sacramento area, and it was Friday. I just finished playing golf Friday afternoon. I did radio out there, played golf. I was going to go back to the hotel, take a nap before the show because I'm old. And my wife calls. My wife calls and says, "I smell smoke." So I'm kind of like a profiler. I've read a lot of John Douglas books. I've read all 3 of his books, and so I know a little bit about profiling.
Sure.
So I said, well, go online and see if there's a fire in town, and and that's where you'll know where smoke is coming from. So I took my nap, and I woke up, and she called me back and said, our house is burning. She's not a profiler like me, because she didn't tell me she smelled the smoke in the house.
Right.
Now, okay, that's where she lacks in profiling skills.
Sure.
So I flew home. This is true. I flew home on the red eye. I got on the red, and I canceled the rest of the weekend at the club, and I flew home. And I realized when I got home, I go, why did I fly home? I got here, and I got home. I go, yep, looks burnt to me.
I got nothing.
You know what? You weren't lying. House did burn. So the thing, 5 units burned. I'm in a townhouse. So it started on our balcony, but it was determined undetermined. But yet, 4 or 5 other insurance companies don't want to pay their policy holders. They want to go after my insurance company, hoping that, there was a reason it started on my balcony. Because if they could have found, something wrong or something, not kosher, well, then they sue my insurance company and don't have to pay their policy. So they're asking me questions, did you have a grill on your balcony? I'm like, no, we're not allowed to grill. do you have a coffee pot? Why would I have a coffee pot on my balcony?
Casually making coffee on the balcony.
How do you have a nail salon out there? And then they go, what was your 4-year-old doing at the time? I go, well, it was Friday, so she was probably in the meth lab. Okay.
Does she smoke?
All right. Now I'm 3,000 miles away from home when this happens. But then the detective questioned me, and he was so good. I'm starting to think maybe I did do this. I'm going. You know what? I think it was me. Now with this economy, the quick fix with businesses, people want more than they deserve in life.
Sure.
Insurance companies don't want to give you what you deserve. Everybody's looking out for themselves. And I just said, look, I just want what's owed to me. I had some clothes, some electronics. I had a Monet and a Warhol, and I just wanted them, to pay for the stuff I own. That's all.
Sure.
And the last thing is, so we got back into the place 10 months later. This is true. 2 weeks later, my wife loses her Rolex. She calls the insurance company going, I lost my Rolex. Now they're starting to think, hey, these two are scam artists. Okay? So now I can't lose anything for at least a year. Okay?
Right.
If my golf clubs get stolen, they're gone. If I lose a Rolex, I'm not going to call, guess who else lost a Rolex? You know what I mean? Like, you feel guilty collecting, you know what I mean, on what's owed to you. You feel guilty. You're like, oh, my God, I'm going to go to jail for being, legitimate.
No, you're absolutely right. I want to mention at this point that Rich Voss has his own podcast, and it's called My Wife Hates Me.
Yes.
Yes.
It's called My Wife Hates Me, along with half the industry. And my wife, and it's on iTunes. It's crazy. Apple just sued what's it, Samsung, because they need the money. A lot of companies. A lot of companies are in trouble. A lot of companies are in trouble. A lot of companies are folding. When I heard Apple got that 100 million or $1 billion, whatever they got, I was going, thank God, because I didn't want to see them go under.
No.
Okay. Those arrogant douchebags. You go into their stupid store. Okay. You go into their stupid store and they greet you like you're hi. You know what they said to my wife? My wife walked in and the girl said, okay. Tell me what's wrong with your phone in one sentence. I would have said, my phone is acting like a C. That's what I would have said. Okay? Tell me what your phone is, what's wrong with your phone in one sentence. And then my wife tells her, and she goes, oh, yeah? So what do you mean? Well, my wife goes, look, you didn't give me 2 sentences. You only gave me 1. So that's all I could tell you in 1 sentence. But you walk in there, and they act like you're walking into, into a surgeon's office ready to have heart surgery. Relax, okay?
You're right, they do.
Yes.
Can you make me feel a little more dumber in life? All right? You dumb jackass, you took a 2-week course, and all of a sudden you're Mr. and Mrs. Computer. I hope an apple gets rammed down your throat. But I love the products.
Sure. Yeah.
They're called geniuses too. The people that help you at the Apple Store.
Sure, the Genius Bar.
You go to the Genius Bar and a genius helps you.
Which is intimidating right there.
Well, that's not a little self-indulging. Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Genius Bar?
I know.
Let's take some of them and drop them off in Harlem and see what type of genius they are. Let's see how they survive that slew of whatever. I don't want to say anything racial or negative because I'm not.
No, absolutely not.
They sicken me. They really do.
Hey, are you still in the Lincoln Tunnel, by the way?
It's unbelievable.
I talked to Rich last night, and he was in the Lincoln Tunnel.
But I'm sitting in the Lincoln Tunnel, like, I don't know what's going on in Minnesota. Our state is broke. I guess most states are. And our governor, what's his name, buffet molester.
That's it.
Who I just, it's funny when Christie's like, I don't know, I don't want to be nominated, I don't want to be picked as a running mate, or, be a vice president. The second Ryan was picked, Chris Christie was chewing on tables in the governor's mansion. He was eating everything in sight. Hey, honey, where's the couch? And you can see a feather sticking out of his mouth. Okay,
It's like a naughty kitty.
Eating, I know, just eating all the pain and depression away. You liar! You don't want to be vice president. You want to be governor of this asbestos crap hole that we live in?
You can say shithole is a podcast.
Sure.
I know. I
Please
know.
swear.
But so the tunnels. They raised like going from New Jersey to New York was $8, which is a lot of money. They raised the price to $12. And you go through the tunnel, they don't wash your car, they don't throw anything else in. You know, where I get my haircut, if they raised the price to $6, I wouldn't go back. This is a $4 haircut. Okay,
Right.
These dumb kids, these protesters, these. Occupy. Okay, first of all, you're not protesting, you're camping.
Right.
Listen, when you protest, you have to have a demand. Watch any prison uprising documentaries about it. William Kunstler made a career from the Attica uprising. Nobody would have known who Kunstler was if it wasn't for Attica and their demands, which he got for, whatever. A lot of them put through or passed. So these kids had no demand. They don't like Bank of America. Boo-hoo-hoo. Okay? Not a lot of people are big. You don't see too many people walking around with Bank of America tattoos. All right? So it's not like you're not telling us anything. Oh, wow, you don't like corporations. Really? Okay. I was in Bank of America last week. This is true. And I went to deposit a check. I went to deposit a check, and they asked me for ID. I go, are you telling me other people are trying to put money in my account and you're telling them no? It's me. And then she said, after I made a deposit, it was a pretty big deposit, so the supervisor came up to me and said, I have good news for you. I said, did Israel attack Iran? And, I said, was my wife hit by a bus? What could be the good? No. Oh, that's the one that gets the female. Oh, yeah.
The female.
The female.
Token
I meant to say skirt. I'm sorry.
Thank you for that. You're a lovely man.
But they said they go. It's true. They go. Now you're a platinum member. I go. Oh, really? What does that do? And she was excited. She says, we raise your interest rate to 0.45%.
Oh my God.
I go to the platinum members get towels because I just had an orgasm all over my leg. Okay, really, I'm almost at a 0.5% interest. You gangsters, you will charge 6% on a loan and give 0.5% back to the public. You're gangsters. Okay, I'm running out of steam. You got me at a bad moment.
I will never, ever have you at a moment where you ran out of steam.
Yeah.
For Brad, John Bryant, Michael Bryant. Michael, what's up?
Dealing with another case where a person gave a statement to the adjuster because they thought the person was really friendly.
Is that a good idea?
Well, the problem is they know the law when they call you up. And while you're trying to be fair and you're trying to get help, the reality is there are questions you get asked that the way you answer them make a big difference. And people put themselves in trouble. And when they aren't in trouble, they didn't do anything wrong, but suddenly the adjuster's got a statement that can blow up their case completely.
What has caused people to be so untrustworthy, I guess is the best way I could put it? They take advantage.
Well, insurance companies have hired adjusters whose job it is to deal with unrepresented people. So they're supposed to kind of lure them in, call them every day, see how they're doing, and people are like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. Where the reality is they've kind of adjusted to their problem that they've got going on. So it's not that they're completely better, but the way they say it gets to be a problem. And that's why having somebody who can explain your rights, represent you, make sure that you understand the law before you give a statement can make a big difference in your case.
Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant.
The past several years have been the craziest in the history of the car business. The pandemic, supply chain and chip issues, all causing extreme inventory shortages that led to, predatory pricing. Some dealers charge thousands of dollars over MSRP.
We never played that game. I'm Jim Paul of Valley Buick GMC. We knew that would leave a bad taste in a customer's mouth. More importantly, from an integrity standpoint, it was just wrong.
So what about the current market? Inventory and pricing.
Valley has their best inventory in years. Really all the Buick and GMC models. Even the previously hard-to-find Yukons, HD pickups, and Hummer EVs. Plenty of deep discounts. Many with factory rebates and low-interest financing.
Then it's a good time to buy?
It's a great time. We're welcoming our previous customers back, as well as anyone else that felt the treatment just didn't feel right the last time somewhere else.
Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Hastings or valleycardealers.com. Car buying without the bad aftertaste.
You know what? I got to point something out to you, by the way. I never heard back from Mordo.
It's weird because I'm sure his phone isn't ringing off the hook for podcasts today.
I'm sure that's true.
The 3,000th request.
I can't believe that the guy that brought the guy from living in a cardboard box back to obscurity won't call you back. Okay, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's one of the funniest guys, but maybe he's just all depressed and mourning that his girlfriend, Mrs. Dilla, passed away. I don't know.
She was a looker.
I tell you, now that she died, my wife is the best looking comic out there. Okay.
That's very nice.
I can't believe he didn't call back. There's got to be something wrong if Dave doesn't call back, because Dave is a real team player. He reminds me of LeBron.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a real team player.
Because having my negativity and his depression is great radio. Believe you me.
It is.
It's grim and grimmer. Actually, me and Dave should have a show called At Least I'm Not Him.
That's funny.
At least I'm not him.
I feel great about myself now.
And we point at each other. That's what you do. Like, if you ever wake up, you're like these people that go to therapists and they get help when, I'm depressed and this. Look, if you're depressed or you have low self-esteem, just go to Walmart. Walk around and go, at least I'm not him. Okay?
Seriously.
Look at that mutant. At least I'm not that, okay? All right? At least I'm not buying chiclets to pretend they're teeth.
That's a good point, man. I got to ask you about a few quotes that have been made over the past 24 hours. And I was going to ask you about Bill Maher going after Chris Christie for being fat, but you already did that yourself, so I can't. You already took
but I mean, you know what? But here's the thing. You don't have any facts or anything, then you go after the appearance, okay? So I think it's ridiculous because, and listen, there's certain issues that I'm left and there's certain issues I'm right.
Right.
I'm in the middle. But if you're not completely left, if you don't agree with the left, then you're a right-wing zealot. But as much as they used to call Bush Hitler and a Nazi and this and that, if anybody ever called Barack Idi Amin or something like that, they would be crucified. So, I find both, I just find the left a little more hypocritical. And if you want to hear a great, great story, I am long-winded and I'm sorry.
No, we love you being long-winded.
Apologize.
No,
we love you being.
I'm not.
We're lazy. We prefer you to talk.
Okay, I'm not a soundbite guy. Anyhow, so we're filming. My wife and I are filming this webisode for a certain network that'll be coming out soon. It's called, Ask Rich and Bonnie Parental. Anyhow, parental advice, which please, why did they get us? So our producer on this web series also is a producer on our movie, is the most left-wing, tree-hugging liberal you can meet on the planet. I mean, you couldn't get any more left. She makes, like I said, she makes Kunstler look to the right, very left. So
Okay.
we're going in the park and we're supposed to film moms asking us questions. We go into the park and there's a black lady and a white lady with kids. So she goes up to the white lady and says, "We're doing this thing. Can we ask you some questions about your kid?" And the white lady says, "I'm the nanny." And she said in front of the black lady, "No, you're not." Okay? No, come on. You're the nanny to the black lady. Come on. Who are you kidding? Okay? And this is the most liberal person on the planet. She couldn't even conceive that a white lady could be a nanny to a black lady.
That's hilarious. Now, this other thing I have to ask you, this Ellen Barkin thing. Did you see what Ellen Barkin said?
Oh, I can't. What
Ellen
you say? Please, somebody, please hire me again.
Yes, that's exactly what she said. Please hire. Well, she's going to be saying it because Alex, actually, can you bring the quote up and read it to Rich?
Yes.
Samuel L. Jackson said the same thing, but Ellen's, it had the same intention, but Ellen's is much worse. They both tweeted this.
Well, Samuel L. Jackson said, "Unfair shit, GOP spared by Isaac, NOLA probably effed again, not understanding God's plan." And then
let's wish death on people. Go ahead.
And then Ellen tweeted, "Come on, Isaac, wash every pro-life, anti-education, anti-woman, xenophobic, gay-bashing, racist SOB right into the ocean. RNC."
Cheers.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they're murderers. They believe in pro-life, but that's none of them can go and say, hey, let's run or let's campaign on. There's no achievements, so let's just bash and be mean. You know what? People are starting to realize, even the left is going, this is kind of ridiculous, some of this stuff.
Right.
They're trying to back away. Clinton is biting his tongue every time he promotes Obama.
You think? Yeah.
He's going, oh my, because first of all, Obama wasn't the nicest to Hillary during the nomination back, whenever.
Right.
And the media threw the Clinton. The media used to love the Clintons. They threw them under the bus. If you can go, hey, look, I did this. This is part. They go, well, he caught Obama or Bin Laden. He caught Bin Laden, right? So here's the thing. That means really nothing. It's a figurehead. Okay, it brings up the morale. But listen, when Gotti was locked up, the mob didn't stop. There was no, hey, we got Gotti, no more mob. You know what I mean? But there's still terrorism all over the place. How are you going to stop that? All right, what are you doing to stop that? Do I sound crazy? Does that sound?
No, not at all. I just, you and I politically think about the same. I on a daily basis, I look to the left and I look to the right, and I'm trying to figure out where the hell I am. So I hear these two psychos saying this about the RNC. So I'm kind of going, well, I maybe moved a little right today. And then I saw that Rush Limbaugh said that President Obama steered the forecasts so he could put off the Republican National Convention. So I'm like, oh, well, now this asshole has to pipe up.
Wow.
So now I'm back, now I'm back in the center again. I don't know where to go, Rich, to tell you the truth.
Me either, but to me, and this is my opinion, gay marriage, yes, it's not, I don't care. It's not my, if that's what you want to do, go ahead.
Right.
Okay, if I could be the best man, I'll be the best man. I mean, I'm not going to be the best man because I'm not going to get married, but I don't care. Abortion, to tell you the truth, it's not my, it's a female's, it's an issue. I'd rather see the kid born any day of the week, okay? Rape, incest, of course, you're not going to argue that. But there's certain issues, welfare. If a mom needs welfare, if she's down on her luck and has, 4 kids, just a certain amount of time that you help people out. Yeah, of course, all right?
Right.
You don't keep doing it. You find people jobs. You have jobs with on-site daycare. You have so many programs. Why aren't we making programs where, on-the-job training with daycare there so the parent can see their kid, learn a trade, learn something, and then build some confidence and self-esteem in life, and the chain of dysfunction is broken. You don't see these programs. Why are you wearing leather pants? My wife is wearing leather pants. I feel like I'm looking at.
That's a great transition.
I feel like I'm looking at Pat Cooper during a midlife crisis.
She's the young Elvis.
They're nice.
They're
pants.
in, man. They're in.
Oh, Bonnie Washington goes, you could talk about how Mitt Romney killed that guy.
Yeah, well, and now we found out that apparently some lady thinks that Romney owes her $25,000 because their great-great-grandfathers were thrown in jail, and Romney's grandfather jumped bail, and the other guy had to go to prison. She literally thinks that Mitt Romney owes her $25,000.
It's insane. It's insane. Here's the thing. There were times in my life where I couldn't afford a haircut. If someone held me down and cut my hair, there were times I would go, hey, thanks. I didn't have the money.
You were the only Jew in America with no money.
Yeah, I know.
I know. He cut somebody's hair in high school. He's a bully. This whole bully thing, too. They're just trying to find anything. Just both of you talk about what you're going to do. Both of you, Ronnie, Obama, talk about what you're going to do so I can get goddamn club work at a better price, okay? Talk about what you're going to do to make people go on iTunes and buy my CD Still Empty Inside. Let's figure that out, Mr. Romney, okay? That's all we're asking.
Yeah.
And then you get pissed off at the left, you get pissed off at the right, and you're in the center. Have you seen this deal with the telephone companies? Have you looked at the bottom of your telephone bill? I was told this today. There's some program that the corporations have set up with the very bottom of your bill. It has something to do with the international. It was set up initially to help people to make sure that everybody in America had a landline. When they implemented the 911 system, when they implemented that, the government wanted to make sure that everybody had a hard line in their house so they could reach 911 if there was an emergency. So the telephone company, without telling anybody, the government telephone company, and I haven't had a ton of time to research this. I saw a video this morning, so I know it's legit. But at the bottom of your phone bill, it says something about the internet, the national help phone line, blah, blah, blah. They charge you, me, and everybody at this table an amount every month so they can give away free cell phones to people who they think need them.
Cell phones?
Cell phones, yes. Now,
They nice ones?
they're nice ones. And here's the deal. They interviewed this young lady in Baltimore, Maryland, which is, as you know, is paradise anyway. But
Yeah, I know. But
So-
you're a chalk outline.
they're
Go ahead.
interviewing her about, where did you get your phone? Well, I got it from that place right over there. They gave it to me for free. Well, does it work? Yeah, it'll work for as long as I need it to work. Then she goes, oh, wait a second. And she reaches in her purse, pulls out 6 more cell phones. She goes, I got these too. So I got 6 of them. And then she finally says, back home I have a total of 33. This woman has 33 cell phones that were given to her for free that you and I are paying for.
What does she do with them?
Maybe she can give them to all her clients. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of clients.
But the people have to pay their own cell bill, though.
No, we are paying their bill. Absolutely, we are paying their bill.
No, we're not. We're not paying for their monthly phone bill.
Yes,
too,
we are. Every time you pay your phone bill, you're paying for their service. And apparently, just thinking about it and reading the article, and there's a video of it actually on YouTube. They do take the cell phones and sell them to like pimps and drug dealers. Because then the pimps and drug dealers use them once and just throw them away. So there's nobody to send a bill to even.
It's socialism. Here's how I look. Everybody pretty much owns a car. Some people have 2 cars, right?
Yep.
I mean, if you sit in rush hour traffic, there is nothing but a sea of cars everywhere. That's all you see are cars. Okay, we're bailing out the car companies. How could a company that sells a product that everybody buys not make money? I mean, I don't know one person. I don't know one person that's bought a bagpipe. Okay, and the bagpipe industry is flourishing. They're not on Capitol Hill. Okay. So I am sick of bailing out. But here's the thing: what can you do about the phone companies doing this? What can you do? Tough. You don't like it? Go to another phone company, and guess what? They're going to do the same thing.
Right.
Because we're all in on it. And the reason we're doing it, because they're letting us get away with something else. We're doing this for them. I don't know what they're letting them get away with, but they're letting them get away with something for them to do that for whatever administration is having them do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense.
They're not doing this because they're charitable. Okay, because these companies, charity, when you do charity, it's people, you don't tell people because then it's not charity. Then it's self-promotion.
Right.
There's certain clothing stores that say, buy our clothes and we'll donate this much to charity. So what you're saying, basically, buy the pants and the kid lives. Okay? You know what? Don't guilt me into buying your clothes by saying we're going to donate. Just make the donation. Do it.
Right.
That's charity.
Yeah.
Okay? So these phone companies, they're not doing this out of kindness. There's nothing kind about these corporations. They're about making money. That's what they got to do. How can we make... So, we'll do this, but you got to let us do this. What?
Did you change your
Bonnie
pants?
just said the phone company just called her, and there's a limit to how much stupidity that they're allowing over their phone line. In other words, my Canadian left-wing lunatic just came in and smashed me.
Does thinking about retirement make you uncomfortable? Sometimes the anxiety for wondering if you've saved enough can be overwhelming. But what if I told you that you could ease those tensions in just 48 minutes? My guy, Josh Arnold, Mr. Money Talk, can sit down with you and get you on the right track for your financial future. Josh has navigated it all when it comes to uncertain market and economic conditions, and he'll always provide straight talk. Never sugar-coated advice on how to reach the finish line with your retirement goals. Don't let your financial worries give you an ulcer or keep you from calling Josh right now. His 48-minute no-obligation consultation could be just what you need to feel better about your future. Call Josh today at 952-925-5608. Set up your free 48-minute no-obligation consultation. That's 952-925-5608. Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC Security Investment Advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments must involve risk. You know that. All comments and opinions of Josh Arnold do not constitute investment advice. I am a paid endorser. I wanted to take a second or two to talk about my bank, North American Banking Company. Mike Bilski, I just talked to him yesterday. One of the most helpful banker. Well, I mean, he's a great friend, don't get me wrong, but he's a very, very helpful. Whenever I run into a problem, somebody being a pain in the ass or whatever, I talk to Bilski. You've heard me talking about them for a long time now, as a matter of fact. When they opened in 1998, they made a promise to deliver a better banking experience for their customers, where you know your banker and they know you. Well, a lot has changed since 1998. This commitment to being a true community bank in the Twin Cities has not changed. So if you're looking for a better banking experience, why not bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Go to nabanco.com or stop by any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Oh, is your wife a left-wing lunatic?
No, she's not, because she sees the light.
Oh, wait a minute. Could you put her on the phone for 1 second, will you, Rich?
Bonnie, come here.
Hello.
Hello, Bonnie. How are you?
Hi, guys. Hey, isn't it nice when you talk to somebody who also allows you to talk?
I live with one too, sweetie.
So,
Isn't it? It's amazing. It's like there's no off button. He's no dinner.
That's true.
are you having fun doing the podcast, Bonnie?
No, I hate it. I hate doing it. But
Why?
I know it is fun. I'm funny despite the fact that I don't enjoy it. But
Okay.
Rich is telling me we're promoting it. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Showbiz family all the way.
Yeah, the showbiz family. So you had made a comment in the background there, and we didn't get to hear the whole thing.
Oh, because he always calls me a socialist. That's why I always say, yeah, I want all the Jews dead. That's how Hitler started.
The Nazis were a socialist party.
Oh, that's right. Okay, now I get the reference.
All right, guys. What? All right. I'll do some research. Bye.
Just good, clean comedy.
They're not even Jews, but they know once you go after the Jews, trouble starts. All right?
That's it.
Stupid Bonnie Gibson. Okay.
Stupid Bonnie Gibson.
Yeah.
That's her stage name.
Yes.
And here's the thing, like, I'm a Jew, obviously, and she's joking, but someone will just turn in here 1 minute and hear her go, I want all the Jews dead.
Yeah, exactly.
And then her career is, what she has left is over.
What she has left?
And then she said, someone will go, finally, somebody that shares my views. But and that's what happened. That's what's great about podcasts, because, you could say, there's no restrictions, there's no FCC and none of that bull. But there's so many writers and bloggers are taking so much out of context. And they just want to ruin careers. They just go after you. And, Daniel Tosh, you know what? Daniel Tosh is a funny dude. Whatever he said, you know what? If the lady didn't like it, get up and leave.
Yeah.
All right? Complain. You're not going to go after a comic and he's going to destroy you.
Right.
All right? All right? You don't like it, leave. Do some research. Know who you're going to see. Okay? Know that. Hey, I'm going to see Rich Voss. He's a little edgy. He's a little racy. Okay? I'm going to go see Dave Mordell. Okay? He's a little depressing. I might leave crying. Okay? All right? He doesn't have great posture. Okay, so I might feel like I have scoliosis after the show.
Right.
Okay, all right, but don't try to ruin careers. Okay, no one would ever get up at a movie theater and yell, "This movie sucks! Come on, everybody, let's go!" Or nobody would yell at a Broadway show, "Show more emotion!" or "You stink!" Okay, no one would yell at Pavarotti, "You missed the note." You know what I mean?
Right.
So. Quit taking stuff out of context. Comedy, is one of the last places where the First Amendment still takes effect where we do have the freedom of speech. And if you go after that, you're only hurting yourself.
You know, it's interesting, Rich. That just happened to me this morning by coincidence because I had tweeted about these comments, and especially Ellen Barkin's comment. That was just so way out of line. And then someone tweeted back, "Oh, remember 6 or 7 years ago, you told someone you wish they would die in a plane crash?" I never said anything like that. What I said was, the guy went after me and stabbed me in the back, and I said, "Oh, why don't you drop dead?" You know, like you do to people. You know how you say, drop dead. In other words, leave me alone. Right? They took that, drop dead. Unfortunately, the guy 39 days later did die in a plane crash. But I never said, I hope you die in a plane crash. I mean, is there a human being that hasn't said to another human being, drop dead, leave me alone?
I say that on a daily basis when we're laying in bed.
Yeah, you can't worry about the comments so much. Now, Rich, you were one of the first, if not the first, whiteys to appear on Def Comedy Jam, right?
Yeah, I was the first white comic on Def Jam. That was
Tony Lee. I do this podcast with my wife, Catherine, and my daughter, Alexandra.
Hi.
And
I didn't mean to say anything negative about female. I thought you guys were from the studio.
Right. Way to tap dance your way out of it now, my friend.
Just because I did Def Jam doesn't mean I can tap dance.
My gosh.
Well, there you go. For them, it's so easy. That was a very famous Lawrence Welk quote, you know. Lawrence Welk once he had a tap dancer on his show named Bobby. He's a black man. And after he's done tap dancing, Lawrence Welk puts his arm around Bobby and goes, "For them, it's so easy."
Get out of here.
That's a true story.
He meant trained tap dancers.
That's a true story.
I remember an old Truth or Consequences episode with Bob Barker was on there, and there was a Hispanic man who was a contestant, and he had a little bit of a pot belly, and Bob Barker patted him right on the abdomen. He said, "Too many tacos."
That's hilarious.
Too many tacos.
You know, how about this? Remember when Obama said he was going to create jobs?
Take the wheel.
Laugh riot.
There's so many of them.
Do you, as a Jew, run into trouble? Because, you know, a lot of Jews are very liberal.
Yes.
So do you run into, because Tony, the guy who was just talking to you, Tony Lee, used to be on the KQ Morning Show 12 years ago with me and then left, but he's a Jew as well. And I just wonder, you're around Jews a lot. Do you get a lot of heat from your friends for being, you know, well, you're not a conservative, because you're just kind of middle ground.
No.
Like I am.
I'm more middle. I mean, I guess when I did Tough Crowd, they perceived a lot of the comics on Tough Crowd as conservatives.
I love that show.
I don't know. I'm not big enough in the business where it makes, you know, where it makes a difference. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Tell Bonnie to leave you alone.
No. You know who that's calling me right now? I'm going to call him back, but so weird. Hold on. I'm going to ignore it. I don't know why he's calling me. It's Bo Mack. You know the Iron Chef, Bo Mack?
Yeah.
He was on. He's calling me for something. Wow. Boy, what a name dropper I am. Yeah, I have all the big chefs. I have all the big chefs calling me during the day.
Needs a recipe.
I don't find, because I'm not big enough, you know what I mean, where it makes a difference, okay, what I believe. But what most people do agree with what I agree with in life. Left out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's true.
Look, most people really, truly don't care about gay marriage. But I said to my wife, and we had this argument, I go, there are people that are against it, but they have the right to be against it. They're just as passionate. They have the right to be against it just as much as you have the right to be for it. Right. You know what I mean? It's like, that's their belief. That's what they, whatever. They're not anti-gay. They're just maybe pro-marriage in the traditional sense.
Right.
So, I look at it as, in life, to me, whether you're left or right, and I'm trying to preach, if you do the right things in life and you try to be a good person, that's what it breaks down to. It doesn't break down to left wing or right wing. If you're a good person and do the right things, that's all that matters at the end of the day. The rest is all bullshit. And it's just them, it's them trying to pin you against them and them trying to pin you against them. expert, and it's all diversion and bullshit. The bottom line is, are you a good person? Okay? A good person to me isn't going to say, hey, I wish somebody's family death on Conan years ago, or I wish a hurricane would wipe them all out to the sea. That's not, to me, a good person, okay? So the bottom line is, you do the right things, you're going to bed with yourself at night, you're the one who's got to live with yourself, and you know. And people don't always know when they're doing the right thing, but they definitely know when they're doing the wrong thing.
When can you come back on and tell us about your new TV show, by the way? If you can't tell us about it yet, when can you come?
No, that wasn't. I just did a TV taping. It's our movie. When our movie comes out, we're almost done.
Okay.
We're going to L.A. to shoot somebody else next week. We had a deal with our movie, an offer, and we're waiting. We're going to shop it around. We're going to Los Angeles next. The movie's a comedy documentary called Women Aren't Funny, and we're going. It's a comedy, so we're gonna go.
Sounds hilarious.
We're gonna go shoot somebody else next week in L.A. Which we already locked the movie, but we got somebody another pretty big person that we're gonna shoot in it, and and then we'll shop it around and see, and then I'll do a big radio tour, a promotional tour, and and the whole time just doing road stuff and trying to get my CD. I'm trying to. My CD on iTunes Still Empty Inside.
Right.
Is up for a Grammy.
Oh, congratulations!
Congratulations!
Mazel tov, Richula.
We'll link to
Still
it
Empty Inside. Still Empty Inside on iTunes. I promise, if you listen to it, you'll love it. It's funny. So listen, folks. The only message I can leave in life is do the right thing, and doing the right thing would be buy Still Empty Inside on iTunes.
Yes.
Yeah.
With some of the money I donate, every CD I sell, I donate some of the money to the Rick Voss Daughters College Fund.
There you go.
I wanted to take a second or two to talk about my bank, North American Banking Company. Mike Bilski, I just talked to him yesterday. One of the most helpful bankers. Well, he's a great friend, don't get me wrong. But he's very, very helpful. Whenever I run into a problem, somebody being a pain in the ass or whatever, I talk to Bilski. You've heard me talking about them for a long time now, as a matter of fact. When they opened in 1998, they made a promise to deliver a better banking experience for their customers, where you know your banker and they know you. Well, a lot has changed since 1998. This commitment to being a true community bank in the Twin Cities has not changed. So if you're looking for a better banking experience, why not bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Go to nabanco.com or stop by any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Does thinking about retirement make you uncomfortable? Sometimes the anxiety for wondering if you've saved enough can be overwhelming. But what if I told you that you could ease those tensions in just 48 minutes? My guy, Josh Arnold, Mr. Money Talk, can sit down with you and get you on the right track for your financial future. Josh has navigated it all when it comes to uncertain market and economic conditions, and he'll always provide straight talk. Never sugar-coated advice on how to reach the finish line with your retirement goals. Don't let your financial worries give you an ulcer or keep you from calling Josh right now. His 48-minute no-obligation consultation could be just what you need to feel better about your future. Call Josh today at 952-925-5608. Set up your free 48-minute no-obligation consultation. That's 952-925-5608. Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC Security Investment Advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments must involve risk. You know that. All comments and opinions of Josh Arnold do not constitute investment advice. I am a paid endorser.
So, Still Empty Inside, the CD. The podcast is called My Wife Hates Me.
Uh-huh.
And that's, what's the name of the network it's on?
Oh, iTunes or Riotcast.
Riotcast.
I like when they go to iTunes because then it makes it look like, I don't know, it's weird how they track these things. But either way, you listen to it, you'll like it. This was fun. This is the most fun I've ever had doing it. Doing interviewer or whatever. On the phone. Some people you're comfortable with. You, and I'm not saying this. I'm not kissing ass, but you know how to make people feel comfortable. There's a lot. There's a lot of comics that aren't good, and there's a lot of radio hosts that it's like having a conversation with somebody at a table. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're truly a pro. You really are.
We love you,
Radio
Richula. I should get my own radio show. You're absolutely right. Next time you're in town, hopefully you'll bring your wife with you, and we'll play golf or go to dinner or do something.
Well, hopefully right now, Dave's four-wheeler breaks down in the woods where he's tracking muskrat or raccoon, okay? And he missed out on such a great time.
He did.
Okay? That weasel. He's a weasel, and he's out chasing his own right now.
There you go. Rich Voss, thank you very much, sir. Look forward to next time we see you.
Thank you.
All right, good luck with the podcast. I'll talk to you guys.
You too. Thank you.
That's got to make you feel nice, Tommy.
Well, that was such a nice thing to say, because Rich doesn't like anybody.
No, he just wants to come on again and promote
Yes.
the
You
show.
mentioned that we'll link to his iTunes deal right through our site and through Facebook.
Didn't you just do that since you were on mic?
Nobody heard me. Nobody responded to it. So.
What?
Amen, brother.
Okay, well, Still Empty Inside, and we'll also we'll link to his podcast, I would imagine. My Wife Hates Me, which is on Riotcast. You can find it there. But Rich Voss, if you've never seen him, he's a very, very intelligent guy. He's a very, very funny guy. But then he gets these things when he just starts talking. He's a very nice man.
Yeah, he's got a good point of view.
He really does have a great point of view.
And a good laugh. He has a good laugh.
Yeah, he does. He was surprisingly tame. I fucking watched Tough Crowd religiously. I love that show. And he's usually pretty aggressive, and he's a monster on stage. He's quick, and he's funny, and he's really sharp. He was more subdued this morning and pensive and thoughtful.
Yes, he was.
Kind of surprising.
It was. I had not, and maybe that's part of the whole deal. I once was interviewing Bob Seger on the KQ Morning Show, and we're on. I guess this kind of goes to what Rich said, because I used to work for Capitol Records years ago, and Bob was on our label, so I spent a lot of time with Bob Seger, traveling around the Midwest.
On the
road, man. So a few years ago, not even a few years, like 2 years ago, we're talking on the radio. Yeah. He's on KQRS. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Hey, how's Punch, his manager, and Joe McFadden, and all these people. Right. We're reminiscing about people we know. And apparently he was so comfortable that he forgot he was on the radio.
What happened?
He says to me on the radio, hey, you know what, Tom? Kid Rock just bought a new house. You know, right there, it's like 1705 Grand Avenue. He gave out his home address on the air. I'm like, Bob, Ixnay. He goes, what? But I said, you just gave out Kid Rock's home address on the radio. He goes, oh, Christ. But, maybe that's what I like the fact that when people come on this podcast, they will see a different side, because many people think that Rich Voss is just an attack dog, and that's all he can do, which he's very good at, by the way.
Yeah.
He's really good at being the attack dog, but he's also a very, thoughtful person, thought-provoking person. He's just a good guy, great. And I like it when people see the other side or another side of somebody. Now, with Paul LaBelle, I don't know that that's possible.
Well, what I liked is when he started getting political, and he's like, maybe you could hear him in his head go, I think I'm getting in too deep. Leather pants! What's with the leather pants?
That's very true. Change the subject.
I wouldn't be distracted by that.
By Bonnie in leather pants. She was wonderful.
Yeah,
did you think?
Yeah.
I've seen clips of their podcast or project. It's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, they're very, very funny. I just love it. Hello.
They're a good match.
The enthusiasm.
Yes, they are.
It's never ending.
The Tom Barnard Podcast is proud to donate a portion of our proceeds to the Smile Network. Find their banner on the upper right side of the homepage at tombarnardpodcast.com. Learn more about the Smile Network and how they brought smiles to thousands of people around the world. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Rich Voss is his name, and if he's in your town, go see him, because he's very funny. Thank you.
Bye. Okay, bye.
All right, over and out.
Keep the faith. Fight the power.
The powers that be.